Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Meet Praneeth. In today's video, we are going to discuss how each employment-based categories numbers are allotted. Like that means how many green cards are allotted in each category, and how does the spillover works. And also, we're going to discuss the case of October's visa bulletin, where we saw that there was a retrogression that happened in EB2, which was very, very sad. I know a lot of people were hoping to get their green cards this year, but suddenly that October bulletin came out and a lot of hopes were crushed. But I think what I'll say is keep your hopes up. Don't fall. Don't feel sad. Definitely your number will come, and will come very soon. And we'll also discuss if there's a possibility of retrogression EB1. So let's get into this video right away, and I hope this would be a very informative video for all of you. So please watch it till the very end. So the very first point that we will discuss today is that there are 5 categories in employment-based green cards, specifically EB1, which has 3 subcategories: EB1A, EB1B, and EB1C. Then we have EB2, EB3, EB4, and then finally EB5. Now there are 5 categories, and let's say, and we'll start with a very easy number to calculate things. So let's say we have 100,000 green cards allotted for this year. Now out of that, 28.6% of the green cards will go to EB1, 28.6% will go to EB2, then 28.6 will go to EB3, and 7.1% will go to EB4, and 7.1% will go to the EB5. Now, a lot of people have this question of how this spillover works, right? So let's say there were 100,000 green cards, and all these 28.6, and all these were divided. Now, all the 28.6% of the green cards in EB1 were not used, then they will go to EB2. And if all the EB2 were not used, then they will move to EB3. Now, the EB4 and EB5 are tricky. A lot of people think that EB4 and EB5 must have been going to EB2 or EB3, but that's not the case. That goes back to EB1. So if there's a spillover of there are green cards, the number of green cards that were not used in EB4 and EB5, they will go back to EB1. And that's why EB1 have more number of green cards when compared to EB2 and EB3. Now, coming to the numbers. In 2022, USCIS said that there were 281,507 green cards, employment-based green cards available. And that's a huge number. Generally, 140,000 green cards are available in employment-based categories. But because there was a spillover from family-based category, and that spillover is happening because of the COVID, there were all the NVC applications were kind of not processed, and there was a huge backlog, and all those were kind of spilled over into the employment-based. Now, 281,000 out of 281,000, based on the preliminary data that we have from USCIS, we see that there are 261,000 green cards which have been already utilized by USCIS in this fiscal year. Now, out of that, the first question that comes to mind is, how many of these numbers are allotted to Indians and other countries, right? So to answer that, let's start from the country quota. So 7% of the total number of employment-based green card category, employment-based green cards that are available, will go to India, and 7% to the other countries, and so on and so forth. Now, if we started with 281,000 green cards, 7% of that number comes to 19,705 green cards in 2022. Now, if we go by the percentages, that is 28.6 will go to EB1, 2, and 3, and then 7.1 will go to EB4 and 5. These numbers come down to 5,635 green cards in EB1, 2, and 3, and then 1,399 in EB4 and EB5. Now, these are very small numbers when compared to the applications we have. And that's why we see this retrogression happening, because we have many applicants when compared to the number of green cards that are available to us. Now, if we go a little bit further into these numbers, if we look at the statistics that USCIS provided, that they have used 263,510 visas or green cards, that comes to somewhere around 93% of 281,507. Now, that's remarkable. I would say that's really, really impressive when compared to the previous years. But the question is, they say it's preliminary. I'm not sure whether they have used all, or this number is, maybe they've changed it or it becomes less. But if we stick to this number, that means 93% of the green cards were kind of used. Now, if we just take 93% and kind of divide all these numbers that we found for each category, that comes to 5,000 green cards for EB1, 2, and 3, and then 1,300 green cards for EB4 and 5. And I'm just taking a case study of India right now here. So 7% of the green cards of the total number were allotted to India. Now, in EB1, talking about EB1 specifically, if let's say we have 5,000 green cards, I think retrogression chances are still low, probably because it's the toughest visa to get, it's the toughest green card to crack. So the number of applicants in this category are always very less when compared to EB2 and 3. Now, that being said, there's definitely a possibility that a lot more applicants start to apply. Let's say you are watching these videos and you all get inspired, and a lot of you might have already the profile for EB1 which you would not have thought about before, and let's say all of you apply. Now, it might happen that you, with all the number of applications that USCIS receives for EB1 and the number of them that they approve, let's say they utilize all the 5,000, and if there are more than that, then there could be a possibility of retrogression. However, the cycle that USCIS uses or runs is from October to September. So for this year, the cycle is almost done. Like on 30th September, the cycle will finish and the new cycle of the new year will start. And that will again run till 30th September 2023. So I'm hoping and I'm positive that probably in 2023, EB1 would remain current. But talking about EB2, coming back to that really quickly, I'm really sad that retrogression happened, because a lot of people, even some of my friends, were very near to the finish line and they were about to apply. But because of this retrogression, now they will have to wait for their visa numbers to become available. And specifically answering that question, that what happens if you already file your 485, but retrogression happened and now you basically your case is not being processed, right? So what would be the next steps? So what happens is, let's say your priority date was 2014 and you applied your 485, and then suddenly October visa bulletin came and then the dates are back to 2012. Now in that case, your green card application is still with USCIS. They will keep working on it. Keep working on the sense that you will get your EAD AP if you filed for it. If you have not filed for EAD AP, you can still extend your H1B, I think by 2 years or 1 year till your date becomes current. And once your date becomes current and once a visa number is available for your application will be processed, and if everything is great, everything is good on your end, probably you'll get a green card. So I hope this video was very helpful. I hope that most of the people who are waiting for green cards in EB2, 3, and 1 get their green cards really very quickly, and I wish you all the very best. One more statistics that I came across was that for 2023, the number of visas that are available are less than 2022. And that was kind of expected, because now the pandemic has kind of slowed down and the visa centers, the consulates are back to working at full speeds, and probably that they're now processing more applications at their end. So I think and I'll definitely put a link for everything. I'll also try to put this chart that I have. Hopefully that will be helpful. So in my understanding, what I came across from USCIS website, this time the numbers that they say is around 200,000 for employment-based category. Now that still is a good number, and if they do an impressive job of using all the green cards, that would be really very helpful for a lot of people who are waiting for their green cards. So again, I wish you all the very best. The whole aim of this channel is to help everyone and inspire everyone to at least try an EB1. I know some people might not fall in that category. That doesn't mean that you'll not get your green card quickly. I hope that there will be some immigration reforms soon that will help the whole process. Also, again, one quick disclaimer that I want to put out is everything that I say in this video is just based on my experience, my learning, my browsing. So always consult an immigration attorney to get your advice for your case. But feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn if you want to just like discuss your case as a friend, I'll be very happy to do it. So thank you so much everyone for watching the videos, for spreading the word. And if you're liking the content, please like, share and subscribe. Please share it with your friends, colleagues, so a lot more people are kind of looking at the channel, looking at the videos, and that way the word would be spread. So thank you so much again. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.